In northern Iraq, where mountains meet deserts, lives a group that carries a unique spiritual heritage, the Yazidis. Their roots go back more than 4,000 years, to a time when ancient Mesopotamian beliefs were shaping different religious traditions. Over time, this community developed a faith system that, while monotheistic, reflects influences from Zoroastrianism, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. To better understand this blend of beliefs, it's essential to know the central figure of their religion, Tawus Melek, the peacock angel. In Yazidi belief, he leads a group of 7 angels under God's guidance and is seen as the messenger of divine will on earth. This image has often led to misconceptions, causing misunderstandings about Yazidi rituals and culture. Despite facing external pressures and persecution throughout history, the Yazidis have continued to preserve their practices and pass down their teachings from generation to generation. Their rituals, celebrations, and codes of conduct are deeply tied to a strong sense of identity, giving them the resilience to keep their heritage alive. In this video, we'll take a closer look at how this community is structured, the main challenges they face, and how they come together to keep the flames of a centuries-old tradition burning. As we dive into Yazidi culture, it becomes clear how oral tradition, music, and dance are deeply intertwined in passing down knowledge and values through generations. The Qawwals, who are responsible for preserving the people's legacy, share stories and legends that have stood the test of time, while music plays a key role in ceremonies and festivals. Instruments like the drum and the oud accompany these moments, creating an atmosphere that connects everyone to a deep sense of identity. One of the most striking aspects of Yazidi spirituality is their reverence for the sun, a symbol of divine light that holds a central place in their cosmology. Many begin their day facing the sunrise in prayers of gratitude and spiritual reflection. These simple gestures reveal the connection between daily life and sacred beliefs, showing how faith is present in every detail of the community's existence. The Yazidi religious calendar is filled with festivals that mark important events. One of the most significant is Yazidi New Year, known as Karsima Sor or Red Wednesday, celebrated on the first Wednesday of April. On this occasion, homes are decorated with red flowers, brightly colored eggs take center stage, and candles are lit in honor of the angels. The color red represents both the creation of the world and the life-sustaining blood, uniting past and present in a single powerful symbol. Another major event is Jamaya, an annual pilgrimage to the Temple of Lalish, considered the holiest site for the Yazidis. Over 7 days, thousands of devotees gather to take part in rituals, prayers, and communal celebrations. The Yazidi temple, easily recognized by its bright white domes, represents a deep connection between the community and the spiritual world. In their tradition, each person's journey is marked by rituals that span from birth to the final moments of life. One of the first steps is baptism, performed in sacred waters, welcoming newborns and reaffirming their bond with their ancestral culture. Then comes marriage, another essential celebration that brings families together and strengthens the ties that hold their society together. This community follows a religious caste system made up of sheikhs, pirs, and murids, each with specific roles in both spiritual matters and daily life. This structure ensures that teachings and practices are passed down correctly, preserving the group's values and identity. Despite being rooted in ancient customs, Yazidi society acknowledges the vital role of women in maintaining their cultural heritage. Women actively take part in celebrations, educate the younger generations, and play a decisive role in keeping traditions alive. Yazidi clothing also tells a story. Women often wear long dresses adorned with delicate embroidery, along with veils and jewelry that reflect their dedication to craftsmanship. Men, on the other hand, wear tunics and distinctive hats that symbolize their belonging to the community. Every detail of their attire carries meaning, blending cultural identity with deep respect for spiritual values. Imagine a group whose art reflects a long history of faith and a deep connection to nature. That's how the Yazidis keep their culture alive, through tapestries, ceramics, and metalwork. Every embroidered symbol, every carved detail carries ancestral values and celebrates their profound bond with the land they call home. Despite their rich traditions, the Yazidis have faced intense challenges. Over time, persecution and distorted myths have led to violent episodes and attempts to erase their identity. Yet they have resisted, finding the strength to rebuild, even after the darkest moments. The attack in 2014 on the Sinjar region brought the suffering of the Yazidi community to the world's attention. Thousands of people were forced to flee their homes, seeking refuge in the mountains and enduring harsh conditions to survive. This tragedy sparked global awareness and led to humanitarian efforts aimed at supporting the Yazidis. Today, with the help of local and international organizations, they are working to rebuild their homes, provide education, and create opportunities to ensure their cultural heritage is never forgotten. Through this ongoing effort, the Yazidi community finds the strength to move forward, preserving their beliefs and traditions for future generations. After facing periods of violence and uncertainty, the Yazidis are committed to rebuilding their temples, schools, and the entire infrastructure that sustains their community. Every wall that goes up and every classroom that reopens is a sign of hope, strengthening their collective identity. Young people play a key role in this process, leading initiatives to revitalize their language and traditions, while also working to document and digitize Yazidi music, stories, and customs. In doing so, they ensure that their ancestral knowledge is preserved for future generations. The Yazidis' spiritual connection to nature is another essential pillar of their culture. Mountains, springs, and trees are considered sacred places where prayers and reflections help individuals connect with the divine. In this landscape, the Temple of Lalish stands out as the center of pilgrimage. Nestled in a valley surrounded by hills, it welcomes devotees who walk barefoot as a sign of reverence, taking part in rituals that reinforce their harmony with the sacred. At the same time, environmental conservation is deeply woven into their way of life, reflecting an awareness that humanity and nature depend on each other. Water, valued for its purifying power, plays a key role in moments of spiritual renewal. Baptism and ablution rituals take place in sacred springs, symbolizing both physical and inner purity. Have you ever thought about how simple symbols like fire and light can hold deep meanings? In Yazidi ceremonies, candles are lit during prayers and celebrations, creating an atmosphere of focus and reverence. These elements represent the presence of something greater while also lighting the way for those seeking spiritual strength. At the same time, Yazidi art stands out as a way to tell stories and preserve memories. Paintings, music, and literature explore themes of suffering, hope, and connection to the land. These creations not only keep the culture alive but also serve as a bridge for people from different backgrounds to understand the Yazidi experience. Around the world, festivals and exhibitions help share this heritage, encouraging cultural exchange and deeper understanding. The Yazidi language, Kurmanji, is gaining strength in these spaces. With the help of modern technology, sacred texts are being digitized, apps are emerging to support language learning, and online content is expanding, bringing the language to new generations and those living far from their roots. The Yazidi diaspora, spread across countries like Germany, the United States, Canada, and Australia, plays a key role in these efforts. Communities around the world are creating cultural and religious centers that serve as gathering places and support networks for those far from home, but determined to stay connected to their traditions. International organizations, governments, and NGOs are joining forces with Yazidi leaders to support the community's rebuilding efforts and help them restore their daily lives. Together, they are investing in infrastructure improvements, emotional support programs for those who have endured trauma, and economic growth initiatives. This collective effort is laying a strong foundation for the Yazidis to regain confidence in their ancestral lands and move forward with dignity. The Yazidi people's journey has been marked by challenges and victories, highlighting a deep connection between faith and perseverance. Despite the hardships, they have held on to traditions that inspire reflections on tolerance and respect for different beliefs. Every aspect of their culture, from rituals to customs passed down through generations, reinforces the importance of preserving identities and memories that withstand the test of time. What makes this story even more remarkable is the determination with which the Yazidis face the future. As the world continues to change, it's essential to recognize the positive impact of minority cultures and stand up for their protection. When we look at the Yazidis' resilience, we are reminded of the power that comes from a strong community and the importance of celebrating human diversity. May this message inspire us to build bridges of dialogue, ensuring that all voices are heard and respected.